Hello, Muscatine, and welcome to Main Street, the talk show from the campus of Muscatine Community College in the local Access 9 studio. Good morning and welcome. My name's Dwayne Hopkins, and I have some interesting guests today that are involved in an event that's coming up this weekend. But before we get to that, any of you happen to watch or listen to the Hawkeye football game last Saturday? I listened to it. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I was kind of embarrassed. And then at the end of the game, I was pretty much saddened. I mean, we're not even rated in the top 25 now. But hopefully, CJ Beathard and gang will be able to recoup and bounce back into that top 25 and move right on up the ladder. Anyway, those are my comments about the Hawkeye game Saturday. You know, this, I believe, is the third year for this event, and it takes place in the fall of the year, although we're not really experiencing fall temperatures right now. But it's called the Healthy Living Festival, and it takes place this Saturday, September 24th. Transportation out to Weed Park. Now, if there's other locations, I'm not aware of those, but these two folks will inform me if that's the case. So I'm just going to tell you what their first names are. Ashley,
yes,
and Mitch, or actually Mark Trail, but his real name is Mitch, are here from the Healthy Living Festival. Welcome, folks.
All right.
Hello.
Well,
Hi.
Thanks for having us. It's a great opportunity to talk to you and everybody else about the Healthy Living Festival.
Well, you know, as I noted, this is the third year, and I'm pretty accurate there, right? Because every year I drive a golf cart.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of golf cart traffic.
And he's our worst golf cart driver, just so you know.
I am, as a matter of fact. But let's go back to the beginning, as in whose idea was this, and what is this idea?
Well, it started out 3 years ago. Actually, it was, I think Joni Axel first kind of blurted out something about explore healthy living in your own backyard. She had recently moved downtown and was close to the riverfront and thought that, wow, it would be really great if people knew about this. And she said something to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. And the original two chair people were Brenda Christensen from MP&W and Chris Bohr from Monsanto. And they chaired this thing, and they got a lot of people excited. And since I work in my regular job without the hat on with Brenda, she asked me to help out with some marketing things. And anyway, so Joni's idea was, let's get people involved. Wouldn't it be cool if we put people on golf carts and showed them where all the trails are? We've got 13 miles of trails in Muscatine that are paved and take you in between all of the parks. And it's kind of amazing that there aren't thousands of people on those trails every day, because you could go out there on a Sunday afternoon and you might not see somebody for a half hour or an hour or something like that. And we thought that that was kind of a bad thing. Great resource, let's put people on them. Let's show them where they are so they can use them. And that's kind of how it started. And then it kind of blossomed. Ashley was there in those original meetings, and
Yep.
It was kind of an organic thing. Somebody would give an idea.
Yep. I think it truly was. We all sat down at the table, and then it just kept building. You know, what else could we do? How else could we introduce healthy living to, people of, and the big thing was all ages. People from, 60, 70, 80 years old down to, infants. How do we get, everyone involved and show them that we can do this in our community? We have the resources, like Mitch said, to be healthy and to do fun stuff while being healthy.
Right. So
Mitch, explain to us why you're dressed differently than Ashley, even though you're a different gender. You are dressed weird.
Well, I have my Mark Trail suit on, and this is one of those things that happened organically at our meeting. One of us meetings, someone said, because the original slogan, I guess we still use the slogan, explore healthy living in your own backyard. And our sponsoring organization is the Keep Muscatine Beautiful. So you'll see that logo on the slides as they're playing here. But that explore healthy living in your own backyard. So I'm as a marketing guy, I start with a visual image in my head. And I found this cartoon character. And I said, what a cool little thing here. Here's a guy that's an explorer. He's got the pith helmet on there, and he's got his official, name badge on and whatnot, and he's going around telling people about healthy living and stuff like that. He's exploring healthy living. And we put Mark Trail in a bunch of different settings. And so we have this cartoon image, and we use him in a lot of various different ways. And
So you're dressed up
to be
like
Mark.
the cartoon image.
Right.
Except,
Now, he's young.
and you're not.
And I'm not. My hair is gray. I was just at Grant School minutes ago. We were at Grant School and we sang to the kids and told them about the festival. And I tell them that the guy we have a little storybook. That's what this is. Mark Trail discovers the treasure of healthy living. And this storybook is available on our website. It's also been sent out to all the kids and their families through their electronic backpacks. Well, I tell them, this is a kid. It's a kid like you, and I'm not a kid. And the story starts off with an older guy with gray hair like me finding out from his doctor that he needs to be healthier. Mm-hmm. And the doctor tells him, if you don't get healthy, if you don't eat right, you don't get some exercise, you're going to have all kinds of problems. And then he does what the doctor says. He eats healthy, and he starts walking. Starts off walking a block, starts walking 5 blocks, then a mile, then 5 miles, then 10 miles, and whatnot. And he discovers that the town that he lives in has all of these great trails and parks and things to do. And he discovers other people doing exactly the same thing. And the story goes on like that. I invite you to go to healthylivingfest.com, read the storybook. You just push the button and the pages turn on their own. And it tells you the story, kind of what happened. And you and I were talking earlier, I had a heart attack 4 years ago. I wasn't a healthy walker, eater, whatnot. I'm an old guy who has eaten junk food his whole life.
8 o'clock at night.
Absolutely. But I had a heart attack. And when here at the Unity Point Trinity Hospital, the cardiac rehab ladies, I don't want to say they're mean to, they were mean to me, but they were drill sergeants. They were so adamant that I get healthy. You go in there and you walk on a treadmill for an hour and a half, and they want to make sure that you're going to go for a half hour every day. So I started, after I got out of there, I started walking every day using the trails. And I have been on every inch of the Muscatine Trails.
Really?
And it's fabulous. There's parts of those trails people have no idea. That's why we do the golf cart tour.
You are absolutely right. There are many, many, many people in Muscatine that have never, ever experienced those trails.
Absolutely. And there's more being built. They're trying to do an extension out to Deep Lakes Park now along the road. It's going to be fabulous. We've got a culture in the community that is promoting health. And you've had experience as a wellness coordinator for Unity Point.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a huge thing, not only in our community, but just everywhere, is people are realizing that you can't just eat whatever you want. You can't just not exercise and still be okay. We have to keep our bodies moving and put the right things in our bodies. And if we don't, then things like heart attacks happen. And so I think catching kids at a young age and introducing those things that maybe they're not necessarily getting at home yet, it's important. We want to have a healthy community, and we have such a good community with all of these resources. And so letting people know.
Now we know kind of how it got started.
Yeah.
And who in the past 2 years has participated, and who are you trying to recruit this year that maybe was untouched or unreached last year or the year before?
Well, we're trying to get people to come out this year we moved it. The first one was held on the 18th of October, and the first year we did this, it was about 25 degrees.
It was breezy, yes.
It was a bit chilly.
It was cold out. And I'm Mark Trail wearing short pants, for crying out loud. Anyway, and last year we moved it up to October 3rd, and it was still a little nippy. So now we've moved it into September. There's so many things going on in Muscatine, like you had the International Fair last weekend, and then something the following week. You got to squeeze stuff in and get access to the parks. And I tell you, the city and the Parks Department, fabulous people to work with, the police department. Everybody is on board with this, and our local manufacturers, the large employers, contributions into the festival. Everybody thinks this is a great idea. So what we've done is we've moved it now. I think we're going to have great weather this weekend. September 24th is
Good weather is in the forecast.
Is beautiful. We hope to get more people out there. We've got a lot of outdoor activities. We have a new thing this year. We call it the Muscatine Moves tent. The YMCA is coordinating a lot of that. A lot of the exercise activities is going to be in there at Riverside Park. Activities predominantly to Weed Park this year.
Oh, really?
So a lot of that's going to be up there, and then we've got new things like they're going to play pickleball on the tennis courts.
Which is, by the way, pickleball is a new phenomena to Muscatine. In a previous life, in a different position, I was approached by a Muscatine County resident who plays pickleball in the Quad Cities on a very avid basis. And I forwarded his ideas on to the city administrator, and we'll see if something can't be done about that.
But we're physically going to be doing that all day long at Weed Park on the tennis courts. There's going to be s'mores in the Sunrise Shelter. Sunrise Shelter is one of my favorite places in the whole town. What a great spot. Well, we get live music going there. We get a fire going in, and then we've got a group that does s'mores and drinks and things like that. And there'll be cooking demonstrations there. And then this kid zone. It'll be a bounce house and face painting and a bunch of things for kids to do. And kids get excited about coming to this. You should see their faces. And when I go talk to them in school. And then we've got other activities. That's at Weed Park. Riverside Park, there's more activities. There's the big exercise tent, the Muscatine Moves tent. Then there will be...
shaved ice.
Yeah, shaved
Everybody loves shaved ice.
Everybody loves shaved ice will be there. Another bounce house.
Shaved ice.
Shaved ice. There will be... what was I going to say?
Hy-Vee will be there doing some food, so that'll be available.
People told us last year that we didn't have like a real lunch. There's cooking demonstrations, and you can get samples and things like that. And people said, "Boy, I'd really like to have some lunch so I wouldn't have to leave." Well,
like a vending trailer lunch?
Right. They'll have a nominal price.
Oh, okay.
Where you can get a full lunch, a sandwich and chips and a drink and whatnot, that type of thing, which we didn't have before. But we're listening to the people that are coming to the event, and that is how this has grown. People look forward to it, they're excited about it, and they're willing to A, volunteer, and B, give us comments on what they would like to see. And we will have the Hawkeyes on TV in the Pearl City station. So you don't
they
have to
play
miss it.
Rutgers, don't they?
Play Rutgers.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because they played Rutgers last year on October 3rd, which was our event. So they beat Rutgers, though, by the skin of their teeth, but yeah.
Well, anyway, it sounds like to have a chairman like Ashley on your team is very valuable.
Well, she's a wellness expert, aren't you?
You could call me an expert if you want.
I'm just a cartoon character, so you know.
So, Mitch, you said you came here from Grant Elementary School.
Yes.
And this is what you presented to the students?
Well, I told them about the storybook that we have available. And again, it's on our website, healthylivingfest.com. You'll find this book, and it's in a slideshow format. You push the button and the pages flip.
Okay.
Then they'll also have the words to our song, which is Healthy Trails for You. Anyway, but we kind of stole that from Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, but ours is Healthy Trails.
Kind of stole it.
We kind of stole it. I think it's in the public domain. So, and we're not trying to make money off it. This is a complete nonprofit deal. So, but we're excited to go there, and we sing to the kids, and the kids sing along, and they get excited, and they're really jazzed because we are going to have free fishing at Discovery Park. And Discovery Park, the county will put out fishing poles for them, so they don't have to bring anything, just show up. They're going to have live animals at the Environmental Learning Center, and the Environmental Learning Center will be open all day. And then of course, you have the trails there. There's going to be Muscabus running back and forth between Discovery and Riverside.
I will point out that you can't access Discovery Park via golf cart.
No, there won't be a golf cart, but we do have the Muscabus. The Muscabus will run between Riverside and Discovery and back all day long, and then there will be another shuttle that goes from Riverside to Weed Park and back all day long. So you can go from Riverside to Weed Park on the golf cart and back, or you can get on Muscabus. So if you can get yourself to one of the 3 parks, you can get to the other 2 parks on either Muscabus or the golf carts. It's a great opportunity to see the stuff that your community has, and it really is amazing. I've only lived here a little under 5 years, and one of the things that attracted me to Muscatine in the first place is all of the stuff that the community has invested in. And as being a part of city government, you understand that investment as well as anybody. We have cool parks. We have excellent athletic facilities. That soccer complex in Kentstein Park is like a jewel.
That's right.
There are towns that would kill to have half of that. And then you have Riverside Park with this panorama. Oh my gosh. And then you can walk from beyond Weed Park all the way to Musser Park, and it's not a killer walk. I mean, you can walk there and back, and it's only 6 miles. It's a nice walk on a beautiful day.
Now, let me ask you this, Mitch. You're number 1. We used to run the golf carts down to Musser Park.
We did.
And then all the way out to Weed Park and so forth. Then last year they discontinued the Riverside Park to Musser Park. Is that going to hold true this year as well?
That I don't know.
Yeah, we're not doing a whole lot at Musser Park this year.
There was less activity there, and what we heard from people, and this is, again, being responsive to the people that come to your festival. They want things a little more compact. For example, we're opening up more parking at Riverside Park. We had most of the parking blocked off because we were concerned about people getting, being in traffic. But people said, well, it would be really nice if we had a place to park. Well, we opened that all up now. So you'll be able to park right there. For example, I got an email the other day from a gentleman that says, I'd really like to take the golf cart tour, but I'm kind of disabled and I don't want.
Oh gosh, that's what they're for.
Can't walk very far. And I was so happy to tell him you can park right next to the bus stop, right next to the golf cart stop, and get right on, and there will be people there to help you get on.
Right.
And then you can take the ride, you can go to the other end, and there will be somebody there to help you. And he was so thankful to hear that.
That truly is why the golf carts came around. It's not for people who can walk the trail can also jump on, but kids do love the rides. But it is truly for people. We want everyone to be able to go from park to park. That's why we added the Muscabus to go out to Discovery. If you live downtown and maybe you don't have a vehicle to drive yourself out to Discovery or something like that, we still want you to be able to see all of the things that are available, and that's why we added Muscabus. They were awesome and agreed to do that for free all day. And so people can go walk down to Riverside Park, and they can go to any of those other parks that are involved too.
And it does offer another opportunity as well. Those folks that don't get to the riverfront all that frequently, that may be interested in the progress of the hotel.
Yes.
Right.
That's a bird's eye view right there.
It's an amazing view right now
It
to
is.
see that thing go up. And one of the things I forgot to mention, we hooked up with United Way. They do the Kids First Pancake Breakfast.
Yeah.
That became a regular feature last year. We asked them to bring their monthly event down to our event. So at 8:30 in the morning, they will have the Kids First Pancake Breakfast.
Where, at what location?
In the Pearl City Station.
Yep. Oh.
So we did it last year. We had a ton of people there, and it happens just before the run, which is at 9:30, and then the bike ride is at 10 o'clock. So you can come down at 8:30. The activities predominantly start about 10:30 after the bike ride. But this pancake breakfast was hugely successful last year. I know United Way raised quite a bit of money from it, but it's a free breakfast. If you want to come and have breakfast, you're welcome to come, and it's for a donation. So if you want to bring the family, come and have breakfast, take the walk, and the walk is set up as a 1 mile, 3 mile, and 5 mile. If you can only walk a half a mile, so be it. If you can walk 2 blocks, so be it. We just want people to come and try it, all right? And then after the walk, at 10 o'clock is the bike ride, and they're going to start off in Riverside Park, go up Cedar Street, hit the new trail there that starts at Parham, and go up and around MP&W and into Discovery Park on the trail. And they'll ride around Discovery and then come back to Riverside Park. You can stop there, or you can continue on. Then they're going to go over to Weed Park on the trail. And then they're going to go out to Solomon Road to the end of the trail and back. So if you want to, again, ride 1 mile, 2 miles, 5 blocks, whatever you want to ride, you can ride the whole way or just part of it. And again, this is moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, and the walk and run. If you're walking your dog, come on, bring your dog, bring your kids, bring, we have so many great pictures. If you go to our website, you see great pictures of kids in strollers and kids on dad's shoulders and stuff like that. It's a great family event.
It's free.
And it's free.
You can get a T-shirt. I mean, who doesn't want a T-shirt?
First 500 people who show up will get a free T-shirt for the walk and run.
Really?
And we have a lot of T-shirts of various sizes, and I wouldn't be surprised if anybody that wants one could have one, because it's a great free event, and we want people to be like Mark Trail. Don't be the old gray-haired guy not doing his walking and not eating right. Be the young kid. Capture your youth and go back to your youth. And that's what the story is about, is Mark Trail feeling young again and doing the things he did when he was a kid. Because, Dwayne, you and I are about the same age. You remember running and jumping and playing in the dirt and climbing trees and back in the days when there was gravel on the playground instead of rubber.
Right.
and we skinned our knees and we had our bumps and our scrapes. Well, we want to go back to that, because those are the things that make you feel good.
So I'm inclined to inquire specifically on Saturday. What will you be doing?
What will I be doing?
Yes.
Usually my work is done.
You get
by
ready, Ashley, because you're next.
I'll do a little bit of emceeing. I usually end up walking around just visiting with people, and I take pictures. And I have a great picture of you and the guys that you were driving with last year. I should send that to you. But it was a great picture, because you guys were all lined up there. It looked like it was almost like a group mugshot.
Like the start of the Daytona 500, is that? Whatever.
But anyway, but everybody had such a great time, and it's all neighbors wanting their neighbors to do great things. So usually I spend my time doing that. I'll do a little bit of emceeing, I think, at the Pearl City Station. I make sure that I get over to Weed Park, because honestly, I don't know how this happened, but kids love Mark Trail. And maybe it's because we go to the schools.
Kids like this guy.
I walked into Madison School last week. It was our first visit, and kids were hugging me, and I couldn't understand what was going on. Well, they had a great time last year, and they're walking out of their assembly, and they're saying, "Man, we're coming! I'm telling my mom we're coming. My grandma's coming too." And this is exactly what we want. And the words of the song are, "It doesn't matter if you're 8 or 80. They're made for boys and girls and men and ladies. Come on out." It's a healthy trail for you.
All right. Well, I'd save a spot for you on my golf cart, but I think you probably should walk from Pearl City Station.
I probably should. You're right.
Is that your phone ringing?
That's my phone ringing. I should have shut that off before we started. All right. Now, Ashley, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, primarily I'll be down at Riverside Park, so I'm going to kind of make sure everything goes without a hitch at that location. Make sure everybody gets there, get all set up, get ready for everyone, and throughout the day, just make sure that everyone's having a good time. Truly is kind of my job for the day. So I'll be really focusing on the Muscatine Moves tent that Mark Trail told you about just a few minutes ago. We have tons of fitness demos throughout the entire day, tons of healthy cooking demos throughout the day, so making sure that those continuously go so that people can enjoy that.
And cooking is in both locations,
Yep.
Weed and Riverside.
And I'm assuming that there's a Blue Zone integration here as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Actually, Jody from Blue Zones
Sure.
is deeply involved in the cooking demos, as is Nancy Dew from Hy-Vee. They had probably the most popular cooking stage last year. In the wind.
Yeah. it gets kind of windy down there at the river, but yeah, just making sure that things go all day long and everybody's having fun. And if somebody needs something, I'll figure out how to get it for them so that they can enjoy the event.
Anything else in closing?
Just come out. It's free. It's fun.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try healthy living. And that's the deal. Mark Trail discovers the treasure of healthy living.
Yeah.
It is a treasure. Your health is the most important thing to you. Living a long time, and we are a Blue Zones community. And I just read something this morning from Blue Zones that we should be living to 92. And Americans are only living to 78 as an average.
I can tell you, I'm well on my way to 92.
I'm almost 100 too, Dwayne. I understand.
Well, the Healthy Living Festival is this Saturday, the 24th of September. Today's Tuesday, so you got a few days to plan. But they'd like to see you there. I'd like to see you there. Gets underway at what time?
The pancake breakfast is at 8:30. The walk and run at 9:30. 10 o'clock is the bike ride, and the golf cart tours and everything else will start up about 10:30 and we'll go till 3 o'clock.
Great.
Come for an hour or come for the whole entire time.
There you go. Good idea.
Yep.
Good idea. The Healthy Living Festival, Saturday, the 24th of this month. Next week, by the way, here's breaking news. Boy, should I do that again?
Oh my God.
By the way, here's breaking news. We are going to move this show to weekly instead of every other week. So starting hopefully next Tuesday at 9 a.m., my guest will be perhaps Tom Hendricks, formerly known as Taco Tom, and we're talking about the golf thing. You know what I'm talking about, for charities.
Muscafuda?
No, golfing for the charities. We'll get it right by next Tuesday, okay? Thanks again for tuning in to Main Street. I'm Dwayne Hopkins. See you next week.